Hi, I'm John Bentman from Rust Sports Media.
And I'm Paul Guillien from Touratech-USA. We are here riding Touratech's highly modified Honda Africa Twin motorcycle. We're out here in the Black Forest of Germany. What do you think of the bike so far?
I've got to say, I fall in love easily, and this bike I've already loved. It's really dynamic, isn't it? It's got a sort of dynamism of a KTM rather than the BMW, if you know what I mean. It's really wants to go. It's light, the 21-inch, 18-inch. It's great on its tires, isn't it?
Off-road, I thought it was fantastic. The 21-inch front wheel, I felt like it was really balanced. The suspension is better than I expected, so I think for doing the type of riding we do in the U.S., backcountry discovery routes, things like that, I think this is going to be a good choice.
Yeah, I think the problem is trying to slow down because it has that capability. People like me, I give in really quickly, and just it's spinning up the whole time. You can really pin the brakes. The ABS is working awesome. Suspension's tracking. You can get away with some liberties on this.
Yeah. Do you think this is close to a Yamaha Super Tenere, an F800 GS, a KTM? Where would you put this?
Yeah, I think it's got the soul of a KTM. It's born in competition. The CRF is not there for any sushi reasons. It's because it has got that ability. So I think it's I pitch it above the F800 GS. It's a more dynamic, faster thing. But yeah, KTM 1190s, they're super powerful. But man, it's got 100 horsepower, but it's all good, isn't it?
Yeah. How did you feel the brakes were?
Brakes are really nice. They need to be because you get in hot too often, and I think they're excellent. I mean, they test the suspension because around here we can't ride too much rough, and so you're testing suspension with the brakes.
Yeah.
But
on the other side of the equation, the traction control. So it took us a while to figure out how to defeat that, how to turn it all the way off. But in the process, we learned that it has 3 different modes. So it can allow you to pitch the back end out at varying degrees. But then we figured out by holding the lever all the way in, you can turn it off altogether. Yeah. What was that like?
Not good for your health, is it? It's awesome. I mean, you have super nanny, and gentle, and then you're in A&E before you know it. This is really going wrong. So, which is excellent. But you then get the full horsepower, don't you? And she's on the loose stuff, she's wild. So actually, it's probably best to leave 1 bar on at least, even if you're good.
Yeah, I think so. With this much horsepower off-road, I think you need a little bit of help, a little intervention from the computer. But there will be times, certain terrain, where you just want to turn it off. In the sand and the loose stuff, on climbs, you're going to want to turn it off. By the way, when you first got on the bike with the traction control off and you took off, you completely roosted me on the old Africa Twin. So thank you.
Yes, sorry about that.
I'm not going to tell Herbert who put the dents in the tank on that.
Freshly painted, isn't it, I think? But the automatic gearbox on this needs a little discussion. It is very good, I think. I was super skeptical, didn't want it. I'd sooner have a manual. But actually with the paddle shift, you can override it nicely. If you're in a touring mode, you just want to go along, it actually works really nice. The auto selection generally works nicely. I think a lot of people are going to get a lot of value out of that, despite all my thoughts that it wasn't going to happen. But you can override it. I think personally, yeah, still a manual is my choice. But I wouldn't say don't touch this with it. This is actually really interesting, and I think the more you spend with it, the more you'd like it. But
I'm much more open-minded to the automatic transmission than I thought I would be. The main thing is those paddle shifters. You can get a handful of throttle on this and just downshift, and it's like hitting a turbo button. The RPMs climb, and it just shoots like out of a cannon. It's really pretty fun.
Yeah.
So, bottom line on this bike, Africa Twin just coming out. What do you think of it?
I give Honda 10 out of 10. Damn, it is. It's that exciting. I think it really brings something fresh and new to the market. And I think a lot of people are going to be excited. And we need that. We need excitement in adventure. And it's going to do it.
Yeah, I think that it's going to really open the market. I think there's a lot of Honda loyal people out there, guys like me that grew up on their XR100s and just love the brand. It's going to get them into the adventure segment. I think it's going to be at a price point where it'll be a good entry-level bike, but it can really climb with you. You know, you buy a KLR 650 and in a year you've outgrown it, but this bike at the price point you can get into it. It can be your first bike, but you can ride it for a long time because I think you have to be an expert rider to really outride the capabilities of this bike. So I'm pretty happy with it.